Hello again, this is Paula, and today we're going to be making spinach pizza wraps, okay? So it's a wrap, a spinach wrap. We've got some sauce here. I bought some mozzarella cheese ends, fresh mozzarella, and what I did is I wasn't going to use it right away, so I threw it in the freezer. Then I took it out of the freezer today, and I was able to grate it, shred it, when it wasn't quite thawed. So that's how you do fresh mozzarella, when you're grating mozzarella. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put some sauce. Oops. A little sauce, just like this. Not too much, because, you know, it's very thin, so you don't need much sauce. Okay, and then we're going to take a little bit of that fresh mozzarella. And these spinach wraps come 6 in a package. So I decided to make 3 different types of these wraps with the mozzarella. And I have about 1.5 pounds of cheese, those cheese ends. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, for this one, we're going to take a little onion, sliced very thin, like paper thin, okay? Because it's not going to take long to cook. All right, when we come back, we'll do another one. The next pan has a few holes at the bottom. All right, so this should come out crispier at the bottom. So we'll do our sauce. Remember, not too much sauce. A thin layer. And some mozzarella cheese. I got some sauce on the edge there. Get that off. Okay. So this should be very tasty. You can use any type of sauce. You can make your own. You can open up a jar of whatever type of sauce you like. Okay, and there's the cheese. And now we're going to do some very thin pepperoni. And I did cook it in the microwave for 30 seconds to get a lot of that fat off. And I'll show you my napkin once I'm done putting all this on. Okay, and there's that one. All right. And this is the napkin from the pepperoni, as you can see. All right, so when we come back, we'll do the last one. We're going to put a little bit of that that sauce. Okay. And we're going to put some of that mozzarella. And if you don't like mozzarella, you can always do cheddar or provolone. Just depends what you like. So I put it in a 350-degree oven, the first one. And it should only take like 7 minutes. That's it. You just want to melt the cheese. Okay, and this one we're going to put a little cut up pepperoni. And some of that onion, the thinly sliced onion. All right, and there you have it. We'll come back. Hopefully my husband will do a taste test. Okay, we'll see how it turns out. First pizza is done. I put it on the second rack down. All right, so let's cut into that. Could you hear that crunch? It's very crunchy. So let's see what we have. And my husband isn't home yet. So I'm going to show you what it looks. This is the onion one with the fresh mozzarella on the spinach wrap. Okay? And let me try a piece. If you try a bite. Nice and tasty and light. Like no dough hardly at all. I would definitely make this again if you're not wanting to eat a lot of bread, but you really want some pizza. This is the way to do it with a wrap. All right, and also I wanted to share the word of the day. Okay, and this is in Mark 10:27. Jesus looked upon them, saith, with men it is impossible, but not with God. For with God all things are possible. And that is true. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and we'll come back and see what my husband says. Right. I had an extra spinach wrap, but I ran out of sauce. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a brush. I have some fresh garlic with olive oil, and I'm just going to brush that on the wrap. So we'll get that nice flavor of the garlic. And this idea is from my mother back in the late 80s. My husband and I were married, and we were invited to my mom's house for pizza. And so I thought it was going to be the usual homemade pizza. When we got there, it was, she made her dough, but then what she had on it was she had sliced tomatoes, some onion, some peppers, and cheese, but there was no red sauce. And I'm like, what is this? But once I tasted, I'm like, wow, this is good. And my mother said, yeah, I just felt like something different. So I said, in honor of my mother, who is still with us, praise God, I figured, let me make this pizza. So we have the tomatoes on it. Now we're going to sprinkle a little oregano, and we're going to put that mozzarella cheese. And that's what this last pizza is going to be. It's going to be no red sauce, just sliced tomatoes thin with a little garlic oil and some oregano with fresh mozzarella. So when they're all done, hopefully my husband. So here's all the pizzas. We've got a plain pizza, a no sauce pizza, but just fresh sliced tomatoes with some fresh mozzarella cheese, and some oregano, and we brushed the garlic on the spinach wrap. Then we have a pepperoni one. This is the onion one. My husband came in and tried it. He said it was very good. Then we have another onion one with some pepperoni cut up on it. And then we have some with onion and pepperoni. So there you have it. That is the pizza wraps. Hope everybody enjoys them. May God bless you. This is Paula.